welcome to the show. It's Daniel Ehrenberg over here in Brooklyn. And we're talking Cloverfield this week, taking you back to the halcyon late aughts from the days of viral marketing. We'll talk all about this film's MySpace campaign. And we'll bring in my co host right now, Logerfield.
Oh, didn't like that one.
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, Logan B. Adair. The B stands for Big Monster.
I like that one. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Hopefully not coming from the Brooklyn Bridge. Am I right? That thing got destroyed.
it sure did with a big tail.
This movie hits all the landmarks, right?
Yeah, you get to
All
see
the New
the
York
Empire State
landmarks.
Building collapse. All right, they got me right there because I like to see buildings fall down. All right, they've got Statue of Liberty head in the middle of the street. That was in the teaser trailer that they filmed before they even filmed any of
Oh,
the movie.
really?
Okay, yeah. Then Brooklyn Bridge, yeah, that's destroyed. We don't get to see MSG, but I understand we're only 10 years away from Godzilla, and we just destroyed it pretty hardcore in that.
A
Um,
subway station. They go to a subway
they go
station for a
to
little
a
while.
subway station. Very good. We don't get to see them go to a Subway sandwich shop, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But a girl does cry outside of a Sephora, which I've seen many times in New York. And
I think that they've discovered this camera in Central Park, so they kind of hit that one.
they discover it. What do you mean?
I think at the start of the movie it says like this camera was discovered in Central Park, right?
Well,
The foot, right?
the government found it. Yeah, because they're in Central Park at the end of the movie. That's where the helicopter crashes.
Oh, so there you go. They did hit Central Park.
Yeah, yeah, they're in Central Park at one point. Coney Island.
They went to Coney Island?
Yeah, at the beginning of the
Jeez, more than
movie,
I thought.
they're on the fucking Wonder Wheel, the big Ferris wheel at Coney Island,
Do they play that? Do they ever play that there?
all the time.
Really?
I don't know. Probably they play hits. You walk around there, they'll play the hits of the summer. I remember
Alright.
last time I was on the Wonder Wheel, all I heard was "Starships are meant to
This was like
fly."
2013?
Probably.
That was huge.
It
Maybe
was.
later. Maybe 2014.
That's honestly one of the greatest songs ever written.
That's absurd.
"Starships" by Nicki Minaj. That's like a top 10 greatest song ever written.
Top 10
Yeah,
greatest song ever written.
yeah. It's
You like Super
that.
Bass?
No, I mean I like it, but it's not top 10.
I love
Top
Super
10 best
Bass.
songs ever written: "Starships" by Nicki Minaj, "Love in This Club Part 1" by Usher, "A Day in the Life" by the Beatles, um, and "A Pretty Young Thing" by Michael Jackson.
That's only 4 of them. Submit the other 6, guys. Let us know
All right,
what
I'll
deserves to
say
be in the top
"Dick
10.
Lips" by Blink 182. I'll
Okay.
say after
Damn
the
It by Blink
no, they
182.
don't get 2 slots. After the Gold Rush by Neil Young, I'll say uh, Heroin by the Velvet Underground.
Hey
And
There Delilah, the Plain White
no, get
Tees.
out of here. "Hey There, Delilah" by the Plain White
That's a
Tees.
New York song.
How is that a New York
Hey There
song?
Delilah, what's it like in New York City?
Yeah,
She's in New
but
York.
you know what? That song's about the Plain White Tees or some fucking hayseed bitch that like his girlfriend was like, "I gotta move to New York," and he's like, "I'm scared. I'm gonna stay here in Alabama." It's like you.
No.
That's why you relate to that song. It's your life story.
But he says he's
Did you ever have a lady leave you to move to a big city?
no,
Not yet.
not yet.
Yeah. All right. What are your 10 favorite songs?
Uh, I think you hit most of the big
Great.
ones.
I'm so glad.
Hallelujah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I would say the NBA on NBC theme song. That's up
You
there.
got to have a Black Eyed Peas song in there. I don't know which
You
one,
do not have to have a black guy.
but I think one deserves to be in there.
Listen, Will, you are, but Will, I'm not.
All right.
All right, Cloverfield is what we're talking about today, from 2008. All right,
Big
you were
year.
9 when this came out.
Depends what day. Yeah,
It was January.
yeah, I was 9.
So did you see it? Did you care? I mean, this
No,
was
no, no,
your
no.
choice, Logan. So like, what made you choose these?
Well, to be honest, I was looking for something short that was not a comedy, not a superhero thing, and I narrowed it down, and then I picked one, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in one of them, so I picked one of the. I picked this one.
Yeah. All right. That's fine.
I did not see this in theater. I saw it later, and I liked it. And then I saw the second one. I liked that one. The third one, we'll talk about. It was advertised. I was into it. I watched it. Was not into it anymore. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's this week just talk about that first baby. All right, because next week we'll get into the Mary Elizabeth Winstead of it all and the
John
Super
Goodman.
Bowl.
You kidding me?
Yeah, yeah. But this week we're talking about even better actors like Michael Stahl David and Jessica Lucas. All the
Yeah,
greats.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, I know. T.J. Miller.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We can get into that. All right. So
D
this.
Train, there's a bomb in your apartment. Watch out. That was a fake bomb
Yeah.
threat.
Stop pulling at T.J. Miller, bro.
Yeah, was that pretty good?
He called in a fake bomb threat. You know, it's funny. I was just watching The Staircase,
Yeah.
and they say that one son went to jail for a couple of years for like pipe bombs at his college.
Oh, the one
And
from Spider Man.
yeah, and I was like, oh man, TJ didn't have to go to jail. This
He's
guy,
good, right?
fucking that guy got off easy.
What's that
Who
guy's
was
name?
the
I
guy?
forget his name.
Dane DeHaan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that guy been?
He got really hurt, I think, by that Fantastic Four movie.
Was he in that? He was not in that.
Wasn't he? Wasn't he like Doctor Doom in that?
No, Dane DeHaan.
What am I thinking of?
I don't remember who that was, but it wasn't Dane DeHaan. What do you
Are
think
you
about Sophie
sure?
Turner? Yeah, I'm 100.
What
percent
in the staircase? You mean?
Yeah, she's not bad, right?
I mean, it's not. I'm okay. I'm only on episode
Toby
5.
Kebbell. Toby Kebbell was Doctor Doom.
I'm only on episode 6, but she's all right so far, and she's like fucking smoking.
What do you think happened? Yeah,
What do
she
you
is.
mean?
Like,
What?
how do you think she died?
Who died?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, in the staircase?
Kathleen.
Oh, he 100% pushed her. He fucking killed her.
All right. I
He
hate to
beat the
spoil
shit
it.
out
Did
of
you
her,
watch? Did you
bro.
watch the documentary?
I watched the original, but not the update. I didn't know all this shit about the like being with the editor.
I didn't remember that either. I don't remember if that's in the actual. It might be, but I don't remember it. It might not be a big factor. But yeah,
Oh,
but
Spider Man. That's what I meant when I said
yeah, yeah,
Fantastic
yeah.
Four. Yeah, Green Goblin. He was.
Yes, he is Green Goblin.
All right, but let's talk about the Cloverfield.
Yes.
Let me tell you about when I first heard of Cloverfield, Logan, because it was when we all first heard of Cloverfield. I was in college at Hunter College, 68th Street and Lexington Avenue, New York City. And I was writing a column for the college newspaper about movies. And so I had to go to the movies every week for a year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the movies that I went to see as part of that project that I maybe wouldn't have seen otherwise was Transformers,
Why wouldn't you have seen that?
because it's based on some toys that I wasn't that into as a child.
Oh, you weren't
And
into it.
yeah.
I feel like that'd be like TMNT for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Not for
for a
you.
lot of people, but not for me. I was never into the Transformers, but
Maybe for like Tim's age. Maybe it's a little older.
well, I like GI Joe though, and that's like the same time.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Did
Anyway,
you see those GI Joe?
yeah, I saw the Transformers movie as a kid too, and I liked it, but it just wasn't one of my faves.
Okay.
But I wanted to see the movie. I think because I liked Shia and I liked Michael
Megan.
Bay. She was a new commodity. I was like, yeah, she's hot or whatever, but like, what, they're a dime a dozen, these hot ladies.
Yeah.
All right, so I saw the Transformers like opening night. It was a huge audience of people. I went with my college girlfriend
This
Liz.
is 2007. That's when Transformers
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
out.
summer 2007, and there's a trailer ahead of the movie, Logan, and it's The only name they put on it was J.J. Abrams. It was like I wish I would have watched. I should have rewatched the trailer for
I
the.
thought about it too, actually, and
Yeah.
I forgot.
Anyway, it was a teaser trailer, and the only name they said was J.J. Abrams, and the whole trailer was just uh, the Statue of Liberty's head. It was like you heard a big roar and like, what the fuck is that? Like someone saying that, and then the Statue of Liberty's head goes flying into the middle of the street, and then it had like the date January 18th or whatever, and no title. Okay,
Yeah.
no title. So instantly, I thought what pretty much everybody thought. Lost was the biggest thing in the world at the time.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams was known as the producer of Lost. And we all thought this was going to be a fucking Lost movie. And it was going to be
Whoa,
about the
really?
fucking black smoke monster from Lost getting onto the mainland and causing
What a bunch
havoc
of
in New York.
nerds you
Oh
guys
my
were.
God, I was losing my mind. All
You
right.
guys were like the who is Snoke people before the
We
Snoke
were. Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
That's hilarious.
100%. But the thing is, like, everybody goes through that phase, every nerd. But, like, you should stop when you're, like, 19, like I was. All right. Anyway.
remember when people thought that A Quiet Place was gonna be a Cloverfield movie?
No, was that a theory?
Yeah, when I guess they thought they were gonna change the title. Like, remember Blair Witch Project, the new or remember, was it just called Blair Witch? I don't remember. Whatever the new Blair Witch movie
Yeah, The
was,
Blair Witch.
whenever that came out, it was gonna be titled like The Woods or something like that. At Comic Con, it was like previewed as The
I
Woods,
remember that, and I
and then
turned
they
on it.
changed it.
I was like, I love Woods horror movies. I'm excited for this new Woods horror
Oh,
movie.
really?
Yeah. And
They
then they
lost you
announced
with
it was
that.
Blair Witch. And I was like, oh, I don't need to see that.
Why? Just you don't like you hated the second one so much?
Yeah, I'm just like, what? It's a movie I liked like 25 years ago. I don't need to see more of it.
Did
I'm
you ever
good.
see it or no?
The original?
Yeah.
I love the
No, no,
original.
no, not the original. The remake. Not the
No,
remake.
no,
The sequel.
I never bothered to see the new one. I saw the sequel when it came out,
Yeah, yeah.
and I rewatched it again years later because I thought it might have been a thing where it was like the hype at the time was so huge for that sequel that like we just were never gonna like it. But on a rewatch, I found it was still really bad.
Right. But people thought they were going to change A Quiet Place's title, that was like a fake title, and that it was actually going to be a Cloverfield sequel. But obviously that wasn't the
Wow,
case.
it's like our life imitating life because that's what people thought this was going to be a Lost movie. Now people think things are going to be Cloverfield movies.
I guess it was just all the people thinking it again,
Yeah.
but now they're older and have the internet.
So J.J. Abrams very quickly,
I guess the internet was around.
yeah, he very quickly debunked that it's a Lost movie, and so everyone was just like, "Well, what the fuck is it then?" Okay, and then I think it
Why are
wasn't.
people such assholes?
I know. It wasn't until September that a title came out. And it came out through like viral marketing on the internet, Cloverfield. So it was never like an official title. They weren't intending to call it Cloverfield. It was just like this code name for like the monster that they came up with. And all it is a reference to the studios of Bad Robot, like the offices of J.J. Abrams' production company at the time were on a street in Los Angeles called like Cloverfield Lane or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
It's
but
a meaningless title, but
I'll tell you what,
it's really cool.
Nathaniel grew up on South Cloverfield.
Really.
Yeah, so when this movie first came out, I was like, oh, it's like Nathaniel's house.
Um. All right.
That doesn't help. That doesn't mean anything to anybody who doesn't know Nathaniel. But my former co-host,
The
former
title
co-host.
doesn't tell you anything, but I really like it.
No, I kind of do too. I think what ultimately ended up happening was they kept it just because people were comfortable with it. By the time the movie came out, we were all just calling it Cloverfield and happy about it. There's
What
no
else
need
would
to
you
change
call
it.
it? You know
The consideration was Gray Shot. That was that they were thinking about
why?
that.
What does that mean?
I believe that is the name of that bridge that they're hiding under in Central Park at the end of the movie.
Okay, Cloverfield's better
I
than that.
agree. Yeah, and that's why they stuck to it. They were smart too.
Yeah.
Um,
10 gray shot lane. Can't imagine that.
Yeah. So in the lead up to it, all the characters from Cloverfield had MySpace pages, and you'd go on their MySpace pages and follow them to look for clues.
Ooh. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite follow?
Lizzie Kaplan,
Marlena?
probably Lizzie
Oh,
Kaplan.
Marlena.
Yeah. But yeah, I was, this was the kind of thing I would never bother looking into, but I had friends in college that loved this shit, and so like we'd hang out by a
MySpace was
computer and
still
look at
such a
this
big
stuff.
deal in like 2007.
Yes, it was because that same girlfriend that I went to see Transformers with, she had like this 13-year-old sister named Abigail. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the air, but whatever. She's an adult now, and fucking, she every time I went over their apartment, which was a lot, Logan. That girl, the entire time I'd be there, would be sitting at that computer on fucking MySpace
The whole time.
the whole time, listening to My Chemical Romance.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. I
Must be very
remember I
popular.
remember I was dating Liz when the Black Parade came out and her sister made me listen to it.
Yeah, that's the. Is that the name of the song or the album?
I believe the album is The Black Parade and the song is Welcome to the Black Parade.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a great song, actually.
I mean, I don't believe that they ever made a great song,
No,
but
that's the one. That's a cool song.
is it? That's the one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not I'm not okay.
That's good too. But no. The other one's better.
All right. I liked one on that record called Teenagers.
I've never heard that
All
one.
right, whatever. Anyway, so the movie finally comes out January 18th, 2008. And we finally know like who's behind the movie. JJ just produced this thing. It was written by Drew Goddard and directed by Matt Reeves, who are like both tight as hell with JJ at this point, because Matt Reeves is a dude who was just like a random director from the 90s, like pretty fledgling guy. We talked about him recently because he did the Batman.
Right.
He first worked with J.J. Abrams on The Pallbearer, that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow and David Schwimmer. And then they did Felicity together. He directed the first couple episodes of Felicity. And they just like continued working together basically. So that's why he's on the payroll of Bad Robot for this. And Drew Goddard, who was discovered by Joss Whedon for writing spec scripts and put him on the staff for the last season of Buffy, uh, he was now working with J.J. Abrams because after Buffy and Angel ended around the same time, and he went over to write for Alias and Lost for J.J.
Should we rank Drew Goddard?
I bored myself just now. Is that going to be interesting for anybody?
I think so. I think people like learning about these people.
Okay, good.
But also, you've talked about Lost so many times.
Well, I want to talk about it more. Can I talk about it more?
Really?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it more?
Yeah. Can I talk about the the episode where Jorge Garcia thinks he has an imaginary friend?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
No, come on. You just went to the bathroom.
I know.
You were joking, right?
All right, so I think his best one is
It was less than 20 minutes ago. I'm going to sock you.
I'm not. I'm here.
All right.
Cabin in the Woods, that's his best movie. Can we agree with that?
I mean, what else has he written in the movies?
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good movie. The Martian.
Yeah.
World War Z.
Very good.
That's how Mel Gibson would say, right?
Yeah.
And Cloverfield.
Yeah, and I think he was one of the head guys in the first season of Daredevil.
Well, that doesn't count.
I mean, it kind of does. Yeah, I think you're right. Like Cabin in the Woods is his best thing. I think Bad Times at the El Royale showed he's still got a little something.
I think that's his second best movie.
Yeah.
Then I go Cloverfield, then World War Z, then The Martian. But that's pretty good.
World War Z over The Martian?
Yeah, you don't like World War Z?
I think World War Z and The Martian are both just sort of fine.
Also, I was looking at the runtimes of those movies. The Martian is like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of. You gotta wait for those seeds to blossom.
I also feel like the ending was sort of nuts, right?
Oh yeah, we're right. That whole rescue thing, that is a crazy movie.
Yeah, the ending, like, it got kind of crazy.
Sort of like Ad Astra if you don't want to think.
And World War Z got even cooler toward the end. I thought, like when Brad Pitt's just like walking with zombies because he's like immune. That's cool.
Yeah, it's all right. The best part of World War Z is all that shit in Israel.
Yeah, that's okay. When he like, yeah, it's actually cool when there's like somebody on the plane that's like a zombie.
The
That's cool.
only fun thing about World War Z is swarms of zombies.
Yeah, when they're all climbing on top of each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, that's cool. Like it
Yeah,
looks
that's
like
fun.
fucking Starship Troopers, but zombie.
You get some helicopter shots. That is kind of cool.
All right. Um. Anyway, so January 18th, this comes out in theaters. I went to see it opening night, Logan.
Wow.
Yeah, with like a group of friends. A group of friends and I planned to go see this movie. We bought tickets ahead of time.
Your
This was
girlfriend? You have a
she
girlfriend?
she was one of them. Yeah, Liz, and
Her sister? That's always on MySpace.
no, she was back home at MySpace, and I mean, this was back when A, I had friends, and B, I had the inclination to do things in groups. So like, I was a totally different person.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I don't have that either though.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's gone for me.
Did COVID kill it for everybody though?
Maybe. I mean, I think it was pretty much dead for me
Definitely
before
not, because
COVID.
people still love it. But same thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, we just saw how little we need that.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, fucking, it was a big night. I think I got dressed up.
Wow. What'd you wear? Nice polo shirt.
Definitely not. I never was a polo guy, man.
Uh,
But
some
you know,
khaki
I
pants.
might add a tie on.
A tie.
Sometimes I put a tie on if I want to dress up.
You just randomly, just your normal attire. You just add a tie to it.
Right.
I got you. You ever have one of those tuxedo T-shirts? You seem like one of those guys.
Never had one. Never had one.
Uh,
Come on, Tim has one definitely. But
remember, actually, I don't want to rag on him too bad. Remember Tyson wins Survivor in a tuxedo T-shirt? What a fucking baller move! He wore
yeah,
it to the finale. That is so cool.
pretty boss at the BVW finale. All right. Where were we? Oh, right. So it's opening night. I'm with my group of
You dressed up.
friends. I'm dressed up. I mean, I remember so much about this night. I remember There Will Be Blood was still in theaters from December, and I had seen it at the same theater. We went in Lincoln Center, which is a theater I don't really go to that much, and but it was fancy schmancy, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember getting popcorn
Do you know
while my
Henry at this point?
no, I don't think I do. I don't think we've met yet.
Wow. Do you meet the next year then,
I think we might have met
or this same
around
year?
this time, like maybe in a week or so.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Do you remember? Okay. All right. I don't want to get too much into
No,
it.
but what do you got?
I was gonna ask if you remember when you did meet Henry.
I don't remember the exact moment, but it was at Barnes and Noble, and it
But do you
was
remember
like,
like what was going on in the world at the
yeah, it
time?
was early 2008 because I remember the first conversation we ever had was he asked me what my favorite movies from 2007 were, and one of the movies I said was Juno, and he instantly
I
thought I had
remember
bad
that.
taste. Yeah,
Do you think you were gay?
I don't think he thought I was gay. I just think he thought I had shitty taste.
Uh,
Um. Anyway, so
that is a
what?
funny choice.
So what a night, Logan. And we were all loving the movie, loving it, and the crowd was going crazy. Like it was a fun night out, and then you walk out onto the street after the movie, and it's all the whole movie is just New York getting ripped apart by this monster. It could be behind any corner. There are those little monsters that could be anywhere, and then like they nuked the whole city at the end, and it's like fuck. Like, I remember like walking out in Lincoln Center and like feeling spooked out by the city around
Was
me.
it nighttime when you come out?
It was, yeah. And because I think we saw like an 8 p.m. show or something. So it was like 10 or so. And I was like, that's an effective movie. Like, I can't ever remember walking out of a movie theater feeling scared of my surroundings like that.
But don't these found footage movies have that effect? Didn't you have it like after Paranormal Activity? Didn't everyone go home and go to sleep and think about what happened? Like that's in your bedroom.
Yeah, I think that's right, and I think this had the benefit of being like the first really big. I mean, there was Blair Witch like 10 years earlier, but like this was the first of this huge wave of found footage horror, and I guess maybe we weren't used to it, so it still had that effect. Like these movies don't affect me the same way anymore, but I guess early on they did. Paranormal Activity did affect me like that, and when I first saw Unfriended, it really spooked me out.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a screen horror movie, and I watched it for the first time on a screen, and it really spooked me out.
Oh, I didn't, but I saw the sequel on a screen, and that was fun.
No, I did the reverse. I saw the sequel in the theater.
Oh, it was so good. You had to head out to the theater.
Yeah, bro.
Did you ever see Friend Request? Is that the same thing?
No, I never saw that. Maybe I should.
I don't know if the whole thing takes place on a movies or on a computer screen. Maybe it's just like a Facebook type movie. Um. Anyway, continue with what you were
The
saying.
best Facebook type movie is probably The Social Network.
Uh, I don't know. Unfriended's pretty good.
Okay. Um. All right. So that was January 18th, 2008, and this was had a budget of $25 million, and it was a big hit, dude. 122.4, and it did this in January, and it was a surprise. This was like a viral hit. Fucking, they marketed the shit out of it, but like it didn't have a known quantity as a title. It was a new monster. Like it's found footage. Like no one knew how this was gonna go, and it went fucking great. And the second this movie came out, they're talking sequels.
Yeah, I bet. Why'd it take so long then?
Fucking search me, man. Because I think it was that the three of them weren't on the same page. Drew Goddard, Matt Reeves, and J.J. Abrams. I feel like they all had different ideas of where they wanted the franchise to go. And
But you can go
ultimately,
anywhere because this story's done. So they're like in the infinite
well,
possibilities.
that's ultimately what happened because that's what J.J. Abrams wanted from the franchise. But Matt Reeves wanted to do another story that happened over the course of the same night. There's like a moment in the movie where
Well, that's good.
TJ Miller and another guy catch each other, like filming each other, just for like a second in the movie. And Matt Reeves said he put that in because his original idea for a sequel was we'd like follow another group around.
Huh. I like that.
Yeah, I'd kind of be into it too, but yeah, but I guess the others weren't into it. And Matt Reeves had his own fucking ideas for it, which I guess got shot down because he doesn't even come back for any of the sequels. And
He's doing his own thing.
well, now he is. Now he is. But there were a few years there where like,
He's making those ape movies. Those are big. Those are a big
yeah,
deal.
but this was his own thing. Wouldn't you rather do your own shit? I mean, I guess
They're like a
not
found
anymore.
footage
I am
thing.
so sick of the world. People just want to work on other people's shit. Come up with your own shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's getting paid more to work on the
I
apes.
know, that's the problem. It's all money.
Yeah. He gets to
Anyway,
work with Andy Serkis.
yeah, more like Matt Greeds.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Thanks, bro. All right, this film was nominated for very few awards, but a couple. Saturn Awards, how about that?
Saturn is between Uranus and Neptune. Saturn, whoa, sci-fi blessed films.
Nominated for the best science fiction film of the year,
Wow.
and it won.
What else is there? I Am Legend. I feel like it's 2007.
Yeah, I think that was probably nominated. You want me to see what it beat for this
Yeah.
award?
Not if it'll take forever, but
I
yeah.
don't think it'll take forever. I think it'll take probably 30 seconds.
It's
Can
like
you
the
handle
day after
that?
tomorrow in 2007. What do you even
That's
look up?
much earlier. That's insane. No.
What
Um,
am I thinking of? The day the Earth stood still.
oh, that might be. Yeah, that's probably. All right, here, I have it here. Best sci fi film uh, is. Oh, sorry. I don't have it. Fuck.
Jeez.
God, I'm so. All right, here we go. The films it beat out are
Oh, are these 2008 or 2007 movies that beat out? Is it like
2007.
so? It's 2000. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Your
Was...
favorite Fantastic Four film?
no, I think the Judge Trank is. Uh, I Am Legend.
Yeah,
Danny Boyle's Sunshine, which Henry loves.
yeah.
The Last Mimsy.
What the hell is that?
Remember that was like a kids movie. You didn't see that shit in 2007?
The Last Mimsy?
Yeah, it's Rainn
No,
Wilson's in it.
no.
All right, anyway, and the Transformers.
In this one,
And Cloverfield was the winner, yeah.
All right, I guess that makes sense.
And the only other nomination that this got was Best Supporting Actress. Here, I'll give you the nominees for that one too, now that I have this up.
Ooh, Lizzie Kaplan?
Lizzie Kaplan, yeah, she was
Holy shit.
nominated in the Best Supporting Actress category. Other losers in that category included Your Most Fuckable Woman on Downton Abbey, Imelda Staunton in
Hell yeah.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, shit, wait, she lost? Aw.
Yeah, Lena Headey in 300. Michelle Pfeiffer in
Well, I
Star.
really did not know there were any women in that movie. If you had asked me if there's
No,
one,
no, there's a couple because there need to be some rape scenes, Logan.
are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck? If you had said over under 0.5, I would have said under.
No, there's at least 2 rape scenes in that movie, I think.
The same woman or multiple women?
I think the same woman.
So Lena Headey, she's just like on Game of Thrones and on 300. That's what she does.
And she was terminated as Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
She does a really bad American accent. Michelle Pfeiffer for Stardust was another one, and Rose McGowan for Planet Terror in The Grindhouse. And the winner, which I think is great, for Best Supporting Actress that year, Marcia Gay Harden for The Mist.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd hate that character.
Yeah, but you're supposed to hate that character. She represents what religion is in this world. Overbearing and stupid.
I guess also she dies. I guess that is good.
Great death. The only other awards voting body that recognized this film were the teens. Logan.
It's the Teen Choice Award.
They nominated for Best Thriller / Horror Film, but they voted for I Am Legend. Michael Stahl David.
Okay.
Were you familiar with this prick?
No, I only know Michael Stuhlbarg.
Oh, yeah. What if Michael Stuhlbarg was the lead of this film?
That would be
It
good.
was just him trying to get back to his girlfriend. Beth! I gotta get to Beth!
Which one is Michael? Which one is he? Rob or Jason?
He would be Rob.
Okay. I liked him. He's good in this movie.
Stahl David, man. He turned into nothing. None of these guys turned into anything, really. Let's be honest.
Some were in a few things.
They all were. Like, all the people in this movie, every single one of them, were hot young stars of the time. Okay?
This could have been like Scream, right?
It could have been. That's what they were going for. And they've gone on to different levels of success. For a while there, the most successful one
TJ
was TJ Miller. Yeah. And then he went fucking nuts, right? I mean, what happened to him? Did he have like... So, in 2000...
I think multiple things.
Yeah. So, in like 2011... TJ Miller had brain surgery. And so it's his contention, and I think a lot of his like spokespeople's contention, that a lot of the things he's done in the last few years are a result of that. Like his brain is kind of fucked up. That said, one woman did accuse him of like raping her in college, and that was before the brain surgery.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. And then the real smoking gun for me was Alice Wetterland, who's like a comedian.
Alice in Wonderland?
Alice Wetterland is her name. And she was a writer.
Did they do that on purpose? Do those parents do that on purpose?
Very possibly. She was on Silicon Valley for a while, and she accused him of some shit. So like,
that's his show? Not his show, but the one he was on?
Yeah, yeah. And he left that show randomly. Like, fucking... This guy he had all the chances in the world. Like,
he's in Deadpool. That was big.
Yeah, he was gonna be a thing. I mean, he was already doing stuff as of like a couple years ago. He showed up in that Underwater movie with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
And I feel like they had a market around him. Like, he's not in any of the marketing materials for that movie. So I don't really know what's going to happen with that guy. I think his career is probably just going to die. He'll end up on a podcast somewhere being an edgelord. But I liked him, and I liked him at the time because I was a fan of the show Carpoolers that was created by one of the kids in the hall that was on ABC, and he was on that show. And he's kind of doing the same shtick in this movie that he was in that show.
Yeah, I feel like he
Yeah.
always just does like different levels of the same shtick.
Right. But at that time, he was just trying to get the shtick off the ground, so he was doing the same level every time.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, so he hit it big, and then I think like the other one is Lizzie Kaplan, right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so
From Hot Tub Time Machine.
yeah, that launched her, baby. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah. I knew one of the other ones. Lily.
Who?
She's from the Evil Dead movie that you hated.
Oh, Jessica Lucas. Well, I know her, man, because she is now on Fox's The Resident.
Oh, that's
The
one
one
that
of
you watched.
that's one of the medical shows that I watch.
Right.
Okay.
One of those 6 or 7, I think we determined.
Hey, how dare you? Medical shows? I only watch 2.
Oh, I think we did procedurals overall. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so the resident, she plays a character that was all right. So they introduced a character this season that was her son, and I was like, "This is crazy. This actor looks like he's the same age as Jessica Lucas. How can Jessica Lucas have an adult son?" Okay, and then they revealed that she was raped by her next door neighbor when she was 13 years old,
Oh my
and
god.
and impregnated with this baby. The next door neighbor, by the way, was played by the same guy who played Max Medina on season 1 of Gilmore Girls. Everybody knows. And and it was a big storyline. And in order to get Max Medina disbarred from the medical community or whatever you do to take their license away, she had to stand in front of the medical board and admit to everybody her
God.
rape. And it was what an amazing Jessica Lucas. And I gotta say, from personal experience, watching that tearful monologue, she has really grown as an actress since Cloverfield.
Oh, you don't think she's good in this?
I think she's fine in this, and I think she was always just sort of fine.
I think she's one of my 2 MVP contenders. I think she's pretty good.
The MVP of this film is the great Lizzie Kaplan.
Really?
Yeah. The teens. I forgot to finish that. Michael Stahl David lost to Will Smith for I Am Legend. Whatever.
What if
Odette.
he beat him? Imagine if he has that. He'll always have that.
What? Oh, if
That he
Michael Stahl
beat Will
David beat
Smith,
Will
but no, he
Smith.
lost.
Well, yeah, he'll always have the he got beat by Will Smith, and Chris Rock will always have that too.
You're right.
Yeah. So hacky, but what are you gonna do?
Do you think Will will be at the Oscars this year?
No, he's
didn't they
banned
say
for the
no?
next 10.
Yeah,
He's banned
never
for
mind,
10
never mind.
years.
Sorry.
Then in 10 years, he'll win a Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay, Odette Annable, who I believe is Odette Yustman when this movie came out, and has since married the actor David Annable, who is as uncharismatic as she is.
Which one is this?
She's the trapped one.
What?
Yeah, the fucking trapped one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had to like pull some rebar out of her.
Yeah, that was fucking insane.
Yeah.
She's from The Unborn, by the way. You ever see that movie?
No, I never did because
Yeah.
David Goyer wrote it, and I try to stay away from his shit.
I saw that when it came out, and it actually like scared the shit out of me.
I remember it just the cover of that movie was just a girl in her panties.
It's her, yeah. She's standing in front of a
It's
mirror.
no dead animal.
Yeah. This main girl, and her love interest is Cam Gigandet from Twilight.
Holy shit! That fucking dude from the first one.
Yeah, the one that dies.
Oh, the dude from who Volchok. Volchok
I don't know, Volchok.
from the OC.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was probably on the OC.
he was. All right, so she lost to Jessica Alba for The Eye.
Oh, that's good.
Did you see that movie?
I've seen that, yeah.
I didn't. How was it?
Not as good as Cloverfield.
Is The Eye better or worse than The Return with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
I've never seen The Return, but probably worse.
Better or worse?
SMG's better.
What about The Grudge?
Oh, it's worse than The Grudge. Come on.
I mean, is The Grudge good?
No, but The Grudge is like The Grudge. That's like a movie. That's a cool movie.
I know. I want to cover The Grudge because of Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I know that we'd have to watch like Ju-on.
But don't people like that?
People do.
I've always wanted to see that.
I gotta say, Jay Hard just doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't you like Train to Busan? No, that's like South Korea.
that's
I'm so
Korean,
sorry.
motherfucker. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna edit that out.
Nope. That's go. If I listen to this episode and that's edited out, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
What other Japanese horror movie? Isn't there a Ring too? Ringu?
Ringu. Yeah,
Yeah, is that the same thing?
yeah. That's the same thing, and that's another one we have to cover. Ringu.
Well, that's 4 then, because I thought about the Ring would be good at some point, but it was 3. But I guess that's 4.
No, I think there's multiple Ringus too.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the
god!
problem. Mm-hmm.
Remember Rings? They came out with Rings where they're like on a plane.
Yeah, I do sort of remember that.
That
Although
was
I do
crazy.
love plane movies. I wouldn't mind watching. Like maybe we should cover Turbulence.
It's probably not all on a plane. It's probably just a scene they put in the trailer.
All movies. They should make more movies that are all on a plane. They're cheap to make, right? You only need one set.
That's actually such a fun idea. That her name is Samara. That
Whose name?
the girl from the Ring. That's
Oh
a fun
yeah.
idea that she gets on a plane because of all the screens, like that they watch her on the screens and she gets on the. That's so cool.
They should do a space one where she goes on to like the space station.
Why would they ever watch? Why would they play that at the space station?
What do you mean? Like they have stuff on. Say they're looking through the space station, right? And then
And
they
they play
open
a tape of.
they open a cupboard. They see a VHS tape. They're like, "What is this doing here? Who brought this? We're in space."
So then
Then
you
they
have
play it, and
Samara
then
on the moon.
you know it would be good. You're acting like this is a bad idea, but it's a good idea.
It's just an out there idea.
It's not. I mean, it's out there in space, I guess, but in terms of like what we're doing in movies, it's right in the wheelhouse of what we're doing right now.
Give me a headache thinking about it.
Well, movies give me a headache. All right, this film came in at number 39 at the box office between Jumper and The Day the Earth Stood Still. Let's get into the movie as it stands. All right, the heart of the film is the relationship between. I mean, I can't even keep a straight face. That's what they want us to think.
Why? You think
Listen,
it's a joke?
I love this movie. I love everything about this movie, and I'm gonna give it a 5. I'll just
What?
straight up. I'll spoil that right now.
Come on,
But
take it seriously.
I am. But
When we do Toy Story, I'm going into that with an open mind.
this is an open mind.
You think this is a 5-star film?
What, you're arguing me?
It's just crazy. You think this is a 5-star film?
I think this is a 5-star film.
Okay. Then why are you laughing at it?
Because I think there's silly stuff about it, but I still think it's a perfect movie. The problem, if there's a problem with the film, it's that I can tell the filmmakers really, really want me to care about the relationship between Rob and Beth,
Right.
and it's hard to. They're the least dynamic characters in the movie, like ranked number 1 and 2. Although the brother is pretty undynamic as well, but
But
he's
a nice guy.
and he
threw him
dies
this party.
so early. He did throw him this party, and it's a great party, look.
Great party. He got everybody in town.
He fucking did. Can we talk about this party?
Yeah.
All right.
You ever been to a party? Of course you've been to a party.
I don't think I've ever been to a party this good.
Not like a New Year's bash or anything?
No, I mean I have that's that are in an apartment and spill out to a roof. But I just want to say that they nailed every aspect of this party. Like they fucking killed it. The decorations are on point. All right, it's got a huge cast of characters. He seems to know everybody there, and he's excited to see every single person. All right, it's a going away party, and even with all the commotion of him like packing and stuff, they still managed to have a surprise party. Okay?
He is surprised.
He's fully surprised when he walks in the door. All right? All right. They've got great looking jello shots, lots of beers. There's a fire escape for them to talk on, but then there's also a roof. Outrageous.
Right.
Okay? And then and then let's talk about the soundtrack. Let's talk about somebody's.
Oh, I noticed that too. It was great.
Somebody's sweet, sweet iPod playlist working fucking overtime in this movie.
Yeah.
I immediately went to Spotify, found somebody's Cloverfield playlist, all right, entitled Rob's Party Mix.
Wow, that's great.
All right. And I was able to get through everything. I recognized every song, all the little snatches you hear. Listen to this playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Coconut Records starts with Coconut Records. You familiar with them?
No.
That was
Bad
straight up.
start.
That was Jason Schwartzman's band.
Oh wow. No.
All right.
What song? I don't know.
West Coast, man. He had one that was like, "It's been a while since you come back in style, saying ba 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 ba
No.
ba ba." Everybody knows
Oh,
what
that sounded
that.
familiar. That little. That sounded familiar.
Listen, this playlist. If you were in college in the aughts and this playlist played at your party, you'd be fucking in it, dude. You'd be dancing your fucking ass off. All right. After Coconut Records, boom. Taper Jean Girl by Kings of Leon. Aha, shake. Amazing.
Yeah, come on.
Their best song ever.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What about Sex on Fire? That's pretty
This
good.
is better. This is better.
Okay.
Then let's play a hit, all right? But not just any hit. Beautiful girls. Sean Kingston,
Yeah,
all right?
come on.
Incredible. I was losing my mind, all right? What's next? How the fuck are they going to top that? I'll tell you how. Get the crew to shine. 192000 by Gorillaz, one of the best fucking Gorillaz songs. Fucking mind blowing. Then that goes straight into The Underdog by Spoon. All right, now they play another Kings of Leon song. I couldn't believe my ears.
Whoa.
I don't know what the DJ was doing. That must have been some drunk person going rogue. All right.
Yeah.
Then DJ's like, "What are you doing? Playing? I just played a fucking Kings of Leon song. Let me get my iPod back." He gets behind the reins again. I'd love to know which character this is, by the way.
I don't think we hear all these songs in the movie though.
Yes, we do.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
Okay.
dude, I wrote them down as I was listening.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Then they play an Architecture in Helsinki song. All right. Not a lot of people know them, but they were a great indie band at the time. I saw them open for Death Cab for Cutie once. All right.
Oh, wow.
Then the Black Keys play. This is like before the Black Keys were like a famous band. They were still like they were like just like a cool rock band. All right. Then,
Really? They're like this late?
Yeah.
I thought they. Okay. Wow. Black Keys.
Then Four Winds by Bright Eyes. Could you believe it? They're playing Bright Eyes at this party. You wouldn't think it's going to pump people up, but that song's pretty good time, man. All right. Then Of Montreal. All right. And then something I couldn't figure out was playing last, and then the attack happens. What a party mix. If anything, I'm the most mad at the monster for not letting me hear the end of the mix.
I would have hoped it attacked during Beautiful Girl, so I didn't have to listen to the rest of that trash. But
Wait, what are you talking shit about Sean Kingston for?
no, that's the last great one. Attack me during that one, so that then my night can end on a high note.
Wait, you weren't Gorillaz and Spoon? Those are incredible songs.
I'm just not as familiar.
Listen,
I'm sure they're great.
you know what? Get born earlier.
I know. I know.
How about that?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I wish were different.
Yeah, I understand. All right. So what a party. Everyone's going crazy. All right. TJ Miller's walking around interviewing people for like, I'm documenting the night.
Goodbye
right?
messages. He's getting like goodbye messages.
Yeah, it's like weddings. That's what they tell them. Like you do the thing at the wedding where it's like, "Hey, wow, we're having a great time at your wedding. I'm so excited for you to be starting your new life together. Hope you enjoy the Jello
The
bowl."
honeymoon.
Yeah, no, I was saying the present that I got them.
Oh.
But yeah, the honeymoon for sure. Yeah, Cabo's gonna be awesome.
Cabo Wabo.
Yeah. All right. I was being the man in that.
I know.
Yeah. Now what happens? The statue,
attack. I don't know.
the attack. A monster attacks New York. All right. And this happens about 20 minutes into the movie. I kind of remembered it. The movie's really short.
Very short.
80 minutes long, which I forgot. And
now I clocked when it goes to credits. Goes to credits before 74 minutes in. So an hour 14, we're already going to credits.
That's incredibly short,
Incredibly
especially for
short.
a movie that costs $25 million.
Yes, very short.
Um,
And a few of those minutes are cutbacks to them in the past, like a month previous, where they're like having a great time.
right, like when T.J. Miller like rewinds the tape to like show them the monster that he got footage of, you like see a
Well,
couple.
and it just cuts back like throughout the movie. It like skips forward and skips back to like them happy.
Yeah, but it's usually like when the camera gets damaged or when somebody shuts off
Oh, I
the
didn't notice that.
yeah. Um, and
I think that's good. That's good, by the way. That's a good device. I like that.
I like it as a device. I wish I cared about them more as a couple, but
That's supposed to make you care, though. It didn't at all.
I care only that they're at Coney Island, and I just love Coney Island. So it's fun to watch the Coney Island scenery, and then at the end, of course,
That's
at the
good. I thought.
you did you notice it the first time you saw the movie? Because I didn't.
What are you gonna say?
So at the very end of the movie, you see them like on the Ferris wheel one last time or whatever, and in the background, you see something fall from the sky
Oh
and
no, I didn't notice it this time.
oh, all right, something plummets from the sky and plunks down into the ocean. And
Whoa.
the speculation at the time was that we are seeing in that shot the arrival of the monster.
Yeah, didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. But then there was also some shit in the marketing materials, like the viral marketing leading up, that said like a piece of satellite fell from the. So that was implying the monster might be from space and that the thing falling into the ocean was a piece of satellite.
Okay. Well, either way,
I mean, either way, it's coming from space and landing in the ocean.
yeah, it doesn't matter too much.
It doesn't matter. What do you think of the monster? It's got kind of a turtley face.
I didn't remember seeing it as much as we do actually. I thought
Yeah,
it like the whole thing with Cloverfield was like we don't see it so much, but we kind of see it a lot.
you need to see it, man. Like, people would feel gypped if you didn't see it a lot. Then they would just feel like the handheld camera was a device, like a money saving device.
Yeah, but I would be fine with that. I don't think it looks terrible. Do you remember the end of the Cloverfield 3? The paradox? Cloverfield
Yeah.
paradox? You get like a real shot of it and it looks terrible. It doesn't look as bad in this as
Is
it does
that
there.
supposed to be the same monster as this?
I don't remember. I think it looks different.
Yeah, it looks different.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I guess we'll find out next week.
I like it. It's fine.
Now, what do you think of the fact that it has a lot of little dandruff monsters flaking off of it? Now, this is a thing that I think is awesome in Cloverfield, and I'm sorry that I'm answering my question before I let you answer, but I don't like that it's become so influential. Like, I think monster movies see this now as a way to not have to show the monster a lot because you can show just the little monsters that flaked off the side, and those are easier to shoot because of scale. But it's boring. Like, they suck. I thought that underwater movie that I mentioned before with Kristen Stewart with the big underwater monster
Oh,
like
that's what that's
had
about.
horrible little flaky monsters.
Oh, really?
And I just wanted to see the really big monster. Yeah.
Don't they kind of do that in Alien, where like there's the xenomorph, but then there's like the little face huggers?
Yeah, but those are cool.
Okay, sorry. I almost called it a Demogorgon, by the way.
What is that from?
That's from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
It might be from like a bigger picture thing, but it's definitely from Stranger Things.
Stranger Things kind of has that. You just want them to fight like Velcro and the face smasher. What is that guy? This mind flayer. And but they always end up just fighting those little bats.
But every movie you gotta have the main guy and then little side guys. Jurassic Park
know.
has that.
But they're all dinosaurs ultimately. You know? You know what I'm
These
saying?
are all alien monsters. The
But they're
Mist,
not.
they have different creatures in the Mist. It's not all just one big thing.
The mist is about the mist. It's about what's coming out of the mist.
But it's monsters, scary
This is a
monsters.
monster movie. I don't care.
So in the mist, would you rather never see monsters and it's just all the mist?
Just stop it. No, no. What I'm saying is like, you know how in Godzilla there's lots of other little guys, like Mothra and Rodan.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I just want to see Godzilla.
Yeah. But sometimes it works.
When
I don't know.
this, I think
Alien. I
this.
just said Alien.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's the Foot Clan. I guess you can't fight Shredder at the beginning of the movie. You gotta fight the Foot Clan first.
I'm sure there's so many examples we're just not even thinking of.
No, I mean, of course, Bond has this, where it's like you want to see him fight fucking Blofeld, but he's fighting Oddjob or whatever.
Blofeld and Odd Job.
I never really thought about it. I mean, James Bond's incredibly perverted.
Yeah, there's Pussy, some guy Pussy, right?
It's a woman, Pussy Galore.
Yeah, come on, it's crazy.
Her name's Pussy Galore. Her name means tons of pussy.
Right.
Loads of it.
Absurd.
Yeah, if you take my pants off, you'll expect a normal amount of pussy, but you'll be getting a larger amount than you're bargaining for.
Who plays her?
Some lady painted gold.
Had to get somebody good though, right?
It's just like some hot lady.
No.
There are no female actors in the James Bond movies until like the 1980s.
You got Halle Berry.
That was the 1990s. No, actually, that was 2002. Only 6 years before Cloverfield.
I would have guessed that was like 2005.
Nah, because Casino Royale was 2006.
Oh, you're right, of course.
All right. What else do you want to talk about?
She in the
this
last
movie?
Pierce movie?
Who? Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's that one called?
Die Another Day. And then they were going to spin her off into her own movie, Jinx.
What?
Yeah, that was the whole plan with that.
It's a good name, Jinx.
Yeah.
Would you ask me? Did you ask me something?
What else do you want to talk about in this movie?
Oh, well, she has a boyfriend. She has like a new boyfriend, right?
I don't think he's a boyfriend, but he's certainly a dude that she takes to this party. Okay,
Not cool, right?
the situation is that Beth and Rob are friends. Okay, that's all they are. They're friends. But
Oh, you're right.
3 weeks ago,
You're right about that.
yeah,
They were
Yeah.
never like a real thing.
they were never in a relationship. But 3 weeks ago, but they're friends that like had a will they or won't they. Like their friends were always like they're gonna fuck eventually, kind of a thing. But 3 weeks before the events of Cloverfield, they did fuck finally, and they spent the next day together at Coney Island and filmed the entire thing for some reason. But because Rob had just recently gotten a job in Japan, which of course is Japan as a Godzilla reference.
Oh.
Yo,
I thought it was a Train to Busan reference.
Shut the fuck up. That's so good. So he ghosts her basically. Instead, he's in love with her, like literally in love with her. And I think they say that they told each other that.
They do at the end of this movie.
Yeah, they definitely do at the end of the movie, but I think they did during the Coney Island day. And but so basically, she shows up to this going away party with a dude. I do think it's a dick move, but he hasn't texted her in 3 weeks. They're like friends, and then they fuck, and then he doesn't talk to you again. What are you doing?
I would not do this.
Bring a friend or bring a dude?
Yes, I would not do it. Especially like it's his brother's or it's his going away thing, not even his brother's thing. It's his going away thing, and you're ruining his whole night.
That's the thing. Is like if I'm gonna see you 3 weeks later at a party, I don't see the problem in bringing a dude because go ahead, make the fucker jealous. But because it's his going away party, he's the man of the hour. Either fucking don't show up as like a message, or show up alone. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But
Did you notice the guy, by the way?
Yeah, of course. She brought fucking Ginsburg from Mad Men.
Oh, I didn't notice him from that. I noticed him from the Friday the 13th remake. He's one of the guys in the opening scene.
He's also the lead of the Superstore.
Oh, never seen Superstore. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never have either. but I know him as Ginsburg, the guy who went crazy and cut off his own finger,
Oh my
toe,
goodness.
something like that.
Wow.
Great character. So that happened, whatever, and he gives her a little dick move though when she leaves with
Right.
Travis. How about this? It's a douchebag line, but I
It's pretty
respected
good,
it.
though.
I respected it. Yeah. As they're leaving, he just goes, "Good luck tonight, Travis." Because she says,
No.
"Good luck." She says, "Good luck in Japan,"
Right.
and he says, "Good luck tonight, Travis."
He doesn't say it like out of the blue. He says it like in a
Yeah.
response, and it's like such a mic drop. It's really good.
And you see her like react for a second, but not say anything. It's good.
Yeah, and then he like the whole movie he regrets it because that's the last thing he said to her. That's actually kind of rough.
Yeah, and they're having trouble getting service because of the monster.
Right. Well, and his phone breaks, or he like his battery dies, so they have to go into an electronics store at one point. He's
Yeah,
like
that's
5
right.
minutes looking.
There's
for
a lot of like early cell phone drama in this movie. Like you could see filmmakers trying to figure out how to make a movie like this involving cell phones. So like it's funny, like when the Statue of Liberty head goes into the road, you see everybody taking pictures of it with their cell phones, and that is the first time I can ever remember seeing that in a movie. And
I thought about that actually.
At the time in January 2008, I would not shut up about how brilliant that was.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually a thought that I had. I was like, when did that start? Because that's a thing that definitely happened now. Like people, the world could be. I mean, I guess it is kind of ending for these people, but the world could be literally ending, and people would be just filming it, wondering if they could get like a cool moment.
Well, that's why we actually ended up being able to arrest so many of the fucking treasonous douchebags on January 6th. Is because they all took so much footage of it with their
You're
cell
right about
phones.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you watch like the
hilarious.
January 6th committee, and they're able to cut together like sizzle reels of January 6th just using cell phone footage. Of
Is there a
people that were there.
documentary about it yet?
There's a few, but I don't think the definitive one has been made.
That'll be exciting.
That'll be great. Yeah.
Yeah, very
I hope
exciting.
fucking Ken Burns makes it or some shit. All right, where were we?
I don't know. The Statue of Liberty?
Oh, cell phones. Yeah, there's that other thing. He's like trying to get a battery. TJ Miller says he left his back at the party, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I guess he's distracted by the video camera.
Yeah.
But
Also by Marlena, he likes her, doesn't
But where are you putting your phone down at a party is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right about that. Put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just walking around filming everybody. You should just have it on him.
Yeah. Maybe in his coat. Maybe it's in his coat.
Yeah, it's January, I guess.
They had I don't know. Is it supposed to be January? Because 3 weeks ago they were at Coney Island.
No, I think actually, I don't remember what the dates are, but I think that they are summer dates.
Yeah, because, I mean, they run outside. It's like a roof party and shit. They wouldn't be doing that in January in New York.
Yeah, I think it's like July. I think it's like June and July.
It's gotta be, man. Because they're all like wandering the city. Like,
they can't do that any other time?
You'd see their breath and stuff.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That's probably why they did it in the summer. That would be too expensive, the CGI.
Yeah, you're actually right. That's a good call. It makes more financial sense to have this movie take place in the summer.
Did you notice how Lizzie Kaplan's name is Marlena, and that's the ship name for Mark and Elena?
All right, stop making it big, brother. Fine.
Subscribe to the Patreon. Just $5
if you want to play it that way, I got a song stuck in my head while watching this movie that was not on Rob's playlist.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, Marlenas. That's a classic The Wallflowers song.
You really had that stuck in your head?
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on, I get
and Elena.
I get Wallflowers songs stuck in my head all the time. It's always one of three. That one headlight, obviously, and the only difference that I see. All right.
Jesus.
Listen, I'm not singing that great. I'm no Jacob Dylan.
No, I feel like you're good. You're imitating them, and they just sound bad.
Yeah, it's Bob Dylan's son. He's got a grimy kind of voice. What are you gonna do?
Was his brother the one that made American Pie?
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
he made American Pie 2, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, or maybe the third one. One of those.
Who knows?
Not the first one.
No.
All right. You have any other fun notes about the film?
I feel like I did probably. I thought it was pretty spooky when they see rats running away with
Oh
like
God,
dark.
I hate that.
Oh, you don't like
And
that?
yeah, and I will say the movie does such a great job of capturing New York, like better than most movies. It really feels like how New York would react to this, and how the people of New York would treat each other. And the geography is pretty good. They move uptown way too fucking fast, but like other than that, the geography is pretty good.
Well,
Um,
they say that it happened like 7 hours ago.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been able to get through all those subway tunnels, like and just like be fine. There'd be first of all, the subway tunnels are too empty. There, all the homeless people would be down there
Okay.
because they have nowhere to go. The homeless people aren't fucking crossing the Brooklyn Bridge to get out of Manhattan. They're just hiding out in the subway. Okay, and
Yeah, you're probably. They don't have any other priorities. Like these people are friends. Like the homeless people don't have friends they're trying to get to. They're just trying to live.
the subway homeless are gonna rob these fuckers blind. Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
all right. Anyway, and also they don't see any rats. Like when they're first down there, like should we walk through the tunnels? Like it's not like we as New Yorkers don't walk through the tunnels just because trains are running and it's dangerous. We don't walk through the tunnels because they're filled with rats and hypodermic needles. That's all that's down there.
So
And
if that wasn't the case, people would be walking, but in the train tracks.
no, nobody would. Nobody would ever do this. It's just disgusting down there. And so the fact that they're just like fine until they start seeing some rats and get grossed out is dumb.
I didn't even think about that. What all's down there?
Yeah. I mean, it's gross. You stand there on the subway just looking down at the platform. I mean, from the platform, you're going to see some rats.
You ever see videos of people just like standing there and then they get pushed down? Dude, some people
Yeah.
are nut jobs. They try and murder people.
That happens all the time, dude.
That's so crazy.
I've been on trains that are delayed because somebody jumped in front of it.
But that's different. This is like people pushing each other in front of trains. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there.
I didn't remember Lizzie Kaplan like bursting.
Yeah. Yeah, she dies good. By the way, I read that Lizzie Kaplan didn't know what she was auditioning for. Like, so J.J. Abrams is so secretive at this point after Lost started about his fucking projects that he didn't tell anybody what this movie was, and he didn't let anybody read the script. And so all the actors came and auditioned using scenes from Lost and Alias. So and he picked like just like character based scenes. And so Lizzie Kaplan said when she got this role, she thought it was like a romantic comedy, and then
What?
like
How?
because I guess like they gave her some scene from fucking Lost where it's like Kate and Jack flirting with each other or some shit.
What a weird. Why doesn't he just be? What a weird guy.
He is a weird guy. I don't get this thing from him,
No,
but
no. Who else does this?
he's just terrified of spoilers for some reason. And
Come on. This isn't even
probably
like a crazy spoilery thing.
no, I know, but that they tried to present it that way because it worked so well with Lost.
Yeah.
Um, but
And I
anyway,
guess he thinks the mystery, more people will see it if there's a mystery behind
right,
it.
right. So yeah, Lizzie Kaplan said like she might not have taken this role. Like it turned out to be pretty physically demanding, and it just wasn't the kind of thing she normally gravitated towards. I'd only ever seen her in like a couple things before this. She was in Freaks and Geeks for like a second, but
Oh, really?
like the year before this show, she was on this movie. She was on a CBS sitcom called The Class that I watched every episode of,
Of
and like
course you did.
no, and I was and it was largely because of her because I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, after that, I just followed her and everything.
Yeah. I only know her from Party Down and Hot Tub Time Machine.
What's that? Oh yeah, right. Well, hey, you should watch True Blood or
Is she a vampire?
no, she's not.
Oh,
But
she should have been a vampire.
I'm just saying, if you want to, you should see True Blood or Masters of Sex. I'm not saying why, but it's a good time.
I can just probably just Google it.
Yeah. Check it out on Mr. Skin, baby.
I'll
All
tell
right.
you, I was way into this at the start, And then it's like I know it's only like an hour and 15 minutes or whatever, but I did sort of like drag for a second when they're like trying to rescue her and they're like going up the building and going across the building.
By the way, that fucking building she's in, like there are bank offices in that building. It's not even there are apartments in it, but it's more of an office building. Like this lady is rich.
Really,
Yeah.
she
Like,
looks rich.
I couldn't believe it. Like I don't think I knew that building before I when I saw this movie the first time. And then like they're in the lobby, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Though I don't even like going in those buildings. Like any building that has like 20 elevators, I don't want to be in a building that would require 20 elevators. That's too many people.
Yeah, go on.
Don't yawn. Don't
Sorry.
yawn into the fucking mic.
Sorry. Well, you stop talking.
All right, where were we?
Well, I was saying it drags for a second in the middle at that part where they're like trying to get to her. And then the fact that she's alive is so crazy, like it sort of like wakes you back up and you're like back into it again. And then the end I think is great with like the whole protocol where it's gonna blow up.
The hammer down protocol.
That's great. Like it's gonna blow up. They're gonna escape. It comes back down. It's still gonna blow up, and then of course it blows up. I think that's really good.
I'm gonna start calling sex that in relationships. Not like, hey baby, you want me to engage the hammer down protocol tonight?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's crazy that she's alive though, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
And then like immediately after that, they're running through the streets, like trying to get to the helicopter.
It's an amazing adventure story. Like the fact that they get in and out in 80 minutes, that there's a big monster, like there's an apartment building leaning on another one that they have to go up in and cross over and save someone and come back and find a fucking helicopter and leave. It's crazy. And that all happens in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. They do fit a lot into this. Is that why you give it 5 stars?
I give it 5 stars because it's 80 minutes of delight, man. Like there's no part of this movie I'm not enjoying myself.
The building thing I wasn't so into.
No, I just like it. I like this movie. It's fun for me. I like that it's a comedy as well, like that it never stops being funny. And the gravity of it, you don't always feel it, and that's partly because of the casting of the dudes is pretty bad. But I do think like occasionally they sell it well. Like Michael Stahl David talking to his mom in the subway station, I thought was really, really good. I don't know. For me, this movie does it for me. I vastly prefer this to other monster movies that were coming out around this time, and the other movies that are coming out now. I'd watch this movie 1,000 times over another fucking Godzilla Kong movie.
Eventually they'll get it right?
No, I keep thinking that, but no.
I guess Godzilla versus Kong would have been the one.
I think they pretty much got it right in like the 30s and the 50s, and now we're trying to do it.
I did want to say that one of them actually lived. That one, Lily. That was cool.
Yeah, that's right. And I sort of thought she got a raw deal at the end of the movie because she just gets like put in another helicopter and taken away, and that one survives. But I'm like,
yeah, such a raw deal compared to all these other guys.
No. But then she like disappears from the movie.
It's with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, but she deserves to be there at the end. But yeah, I guess she survives in the. Bring her back for a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, that'd be pretty good. I'd be into it. She's very cool. She's my MVP.
Lucas.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Jessica Lucas. Yeah, you're right. I think she's good.
I like it. I like the choice. I'm gonna go Lizzie for MVP. What do you give this movie?
I was between a 3 and a 4. And for a while I was actually at a 3. And then at the end I was like 3 or 4. And then I sat with it. And this morning I give it a 4.
Oh, okay. A 4, great. And who's your LVP?
Do you go the brother that dies really early?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not his fault. I think he's good. And he threw that party for his brother. That's very nice.
It's kind of his fault. This guy Mike Vogel, I've been watching him for a long time. In the early 2000s, we thought this guy was going to be a thing. They were starting to put him in movies. He was in Poseidon.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that movie. I don't remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
do. Have you seen that? Kurt Russell has a daughter, and she's like dating this guy, I think.
there you go. He's also in The Help. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I don't remember him.
Well, he's in there.
I saw that.
Anyway,
We saw that in school. In school one day, they were like, "Let's time to watch The Help,"
teach you. That's how they teach you about race in Alabama.
but it was late. We already knew about race at that point.
Yeah, you'd already been to some Klan meetings and shit.
This was like junior year, so we learned about race the year prior.
So yeah, Mike Vogel, he was like, they were trying to make him a movie star, and then they were like, well, this isn't panning out. We'll try to make him a TV star. So they made him the star of the show Pan Am on ABC, and no one watched that. And then he was on like the early episodes of Bates Motel, and he like dies in the first season of Bates Motel, I think. And I didn't watch that show because he was in it. I was like, I don't want to sit
Holy
through this
shit.
guy. And maybe I would have watched it if I knew he died so early.
Oh, maybe go back.
Yeah.
I feel like aren't they still making that? Maybe.
No, it's over. And then I watched the first couple seasons of Under the Dome, which he was the star of, and he is such a brick on that show.
Isn't Dean
Like
Norris the star
he's
of that?
got nothing. Well, they almost had to get Dean Norris as a sort of supporting player because the lead was such a fucking nothing.
Oh, well, I didn't know about that.
I will say that I did want to comment on his T-shirt that he's wearing throughout the film.
What's that?
It says "Slush Show" on it.
What's that?
It's a stupid J.J. Abrams thing.
Oh my god, this guy.
Yeah, it's a reference to Alias, and I believe Slusho is also seen in Lost. And at the very beginning of the movie, when it says like property of the government,
Yeah,
you very briefly see a Dharma Initiative logo.
that's a Lost thing.
That's a secret organization from Lost.